What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joseph Spidey Parker. Joseph Parker defeats Junior Fa by unanimous decision to set up a clash with Derek Chisora. Joseph Parker defeats Junior Fa by unanimous decision. The scores of 119, 109. 115, 113, and 117, 111 in Auckland. The former world heavyweight champion is expected to face Derek Chisora in his next fight. Wow, Parker had troubled his New Zealand rival with early aggression, wobbling Fa in the third round, but visibly frustrated and weary in the closing rounds before receiving a generous unanimous decision with scores of 119, 109, 115, 113, and 117, 111. Of course, a rescheduled heavyweight fight against Chisora could next be for Parker, who admitted that he was hindered by the absence of nearly a year from the ring. Parker was unable to find his range in the opening round and was knocked back on his heels by a well-placed right hand from Fa. Parker hurt Fa with a flurry of punches in the third round, but a sharp right hand from Parker drew roars from the crowd in the second, a warning sign to Fa, who was hurt by a clubbing combination in the third round. Parker continued to unload the crisper punches at close quarters and in the fourth, but Fa responded with a thudding right hand in the fifth. Fa raised the gloves triumphantly after another straight right hand in the sixth, although Parker carried the great power, landing a looping left in the seventh. Chisora had been holding talks about the future with Parker. Now, that looks like the next fight for Parker. I apologize about this fight. I did not know it was coming on this damn late. I mean, that's New Zealand time, so they are a whole day ahead of us. So I have to remember. I know people in Guam, and I think they have the same time zone for as New England. New Zealand. So it's matter of fact, when I was crashed, I probably was already asleep when this fight was coming on. I thought it was going to be in the morning for some reason. I guess it was, I know everybody's ahead of us. We're like the last. We're like the last of the world to get time, right? So everybody's way ahead of us by a day. Sometimes, some places a day and a half, and it's crazy. But I looked at this fight as Joseph Parker, and it depends on how it was going to go. Junior Fa had good power. If you notice, they mentioned his right hand. His right hand, Junior Fa, he reminds me of a lot of Wilder. He's tall. He has good one-punch power, but it's not like Wilder. Wilder has the type of power to alter fights. Junior Fa has the power to hurt fighters. So in that case, Junior Fa needs to really work on combinations. But the problem with someone like Fa, being as tall as he is, he's always going to be hindered by someone shorter like Parker. Like the comparison of Ruiz and Joshua, same thing. That's why Joseph Parker fast with the speed that he has, and a lot of people forget he's lost twice. He's lost twice to Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. Okay. And people just threw Joseph Parker away. Okay, he wasn't like the most popular champion. He was the WBO champion for a while. He fought Andy Ruiz for it, of all people, and beat Ruiz from a split decision. So he's right there. He's never been there, but he's always been somewhere in this category. Why? Because he's either had close fights or kind of controversial fights. A lot of people complained about the Joshua fight, how it was refereed. He couldn't get those inside punches in like a shorter fighter would progress to do, okay? And, because the referee kept breaking them up and things like that. But in this particular fight, he was able to use the flurries on the inside, catch him mid to close range, and put it to Fa. Fa wasn't used to that. And that was the best way you fight any guy. If you're shorter than a person, you're not going to sit back and let that person pick you apart. It's not going to work. So, yeah, he got hit with right hands. Yeah, it's expected. You're in a boxing match. And it wobbled him even because this is a young, undefeated fighter with good power. Does he have David Tua power or Deontay Wilder power? No. That was the problem. Now, if he had that type of power, there's probably been a different fight. Right? First round, it would have been a whole different fight. It probably would have been a first round KO, but it wasn't. Okay, so this type of fight, the styles added up, and when they were added up, matched up, Joseph Parker was victorious because he was better at implementing his game plan. He was better at staying close range, and Junior Fa couldn't implement anything else because a taller fighter needs to know how to fight on the inside, okay? Or get better at timing to catch the shorter fighter coming in, maybe with a right uppercut. He might want to learn that. I seen Wilder try to attempt that in the Fury fight, but when a person's coming in, you got to catch them coming in. Someone like Parker, because Parker will swarm you with punches. And Parker and Chisora, that seems like a good fight. That's a good fight for Chisora and Parker, because again, they're all right there at this point. Look at them. Look at these guys. Chisora, Parker, White, Povetkin, right? You have those guys. Ruiz is there too. Okay, he might be considered a little bit above them because he had one loss, but he's there too. Why is he there too? Because Joseph Parker beat him. You see what I'm saying? So there's always a chance of Parker rematching Ruiz. You see what I'm saying? So all those guys are right there in the same block. Chisora probably being a little bit under them, but if he beats Parker, he'll be right back up there. And then Parker will be where Chisora was. So that's how that works. But it looks like a good fight. I'm glad Parker, did defeat him. I was going to pick Parker anyway, even though I forgot to even do the fight study. But I think Parker had too much for him, too much experience. He's been in there with Joshua, Ruiz, White. He has a very good resume, actually. That's because you didn't beat everybody. Don't mean your resume is trash, okay? Because he did beat Ruiz. He just lost to Dillian White, but he dropped Dillian White in the 12th round. So here's the thing. If Parker is able to beat Chisora, right, in a dynamic fashion, and then Dillian White can't get a fight like that with Wilder, he might try to fight Joseph Parker again. Why not? Okay, so that would be a good fight to really think about because of the way it ended. Oh, I ran out of gas. Well, I mean, you still got hit though. And you almost got knocked out. So again, all these guys are right here in this bracket. And then they should have this one tournament style festival to fight. That's what I think. But, that's great for Joseph Parker as Junior Fa. I think he has to go back to the drawing board, get his bearings back, work on, fighting smaller guys, not taller guys. A lot of people say height has advantages. Yes, they have certain advantages, but they don't have all advantages. It's like a taller guy walking in a short room. Boom! He's going to hit his head, right? I know about that. Right? Whereas the shorter guy can walk straight through without any damage to the cerebral. Okay? So, likewise for boxing, you might be shorter, but hey, you might get up under punches a little easier because a taller fighter has to punch down at you. Right? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Joseph Parker decisioning Junior Fa and setting up a fight with Derek Chisora. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.